Daycare Health and Transport is a medical rideshare and on-demand staffing platform for healthcare organizations, insurance companies, and individuals to arrange rides and on-demand home care for pregnant mothers, seniors, and anyone with a non-emergency medical condition. We are similar to Uber, Bolt, and Yango. What differentiates Daycare is that all our service providers are medically trained and certified. We can be called a taxi ambulance. There are several ways to access our service providers. The first way is to download the Daycare app onto your smartphone. The second is to visit any of our partnered medical facilities for our booking kiosk. Last but not the least, you can call the Daycare call center to book your transport, delivery, pickup or drop-off for one of our professionals, that's the Daycare professionals, to care for you at home and nurse you back to health. The services we provide are home care visits, medical transportation, pharmacy delivery, lab pickups and drop-offs, as well as medical supplies. We also offer mail delivery services and remote patient monitoring services where we monitor your heart rate, blood pressure, and any other vitals from afar. When transporting samples, we do so with our stone cold refrigerator where we keep our specimens at the perfect temperature. What makes Daycare different is that all our providers are tested every 6 months for COVID-19, TB, hepatitis, HIV. They always have a basic life support kit in their vehicles and are always in uniform with excellent hygiene. Our vehicles are equipped with partitions to keep our passengers and patients COVID-free. There is also a dual dash-facing camera to protect our providers and our customers from false claims. No vehicles older than 10 years are allowed on our platform. We perform daily pre-trip inspections and quarterly inspections on our vehicles. We take the necessary measures to ensure you arrive at your destination safe and secure. Child booster seats are available for children under 7 years to ensure, in case of an accident, your most precious cargo is protected. At Daycare, we utilize 3 types of cars: the compact cars, the saloon cars that's for the family, and the wheelchair van, to ensure those with disabilities can move around comfortably. Daycare Health and Transport is partnered with several medical health systems, medical facilities, doctors' offices in the US, Canada, and Ghana. We are led by a team of seasonal logistics and medical experts with years of keen on-grasp on the industry. With that said, in the US, the number of healthcare workers needs to increase dramatically with the demand in the coming years. By 2022, forecasts show a shortage of 1.1 million nurses and 400,000 home health aides. Don't take my word. See and hear for yourself.
Doctors and nurses have been on the front lines of the pandemic for an entire year now, and as they continue to work to save lives, the coronavirus crisis has exposed a medical emergency. That's a serious shortage of nurses. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, roughly 1 million nurses will be required to replace retiring nurses and meet the nation's needs by next year. So what's causing the shortage, you ask? And how has the pandemic impacted the problem? Well, joining me now live from IUPUI's campus this morning is Rebecca Bartlett Ellis, a registered nurse and associate professor with IU's School of Nursing. Thank you for joining us this morning. First, nursing is a rewarding career, but it has its challenges.
Yeah, good morning. I'm happy to talk with you this morning. Nursing has certainly been on the front line, and the nursing shortage is much more apparent as a result. And the nursing shortage is really a symptom of an aging workforce of nurses. We have a large number of our workforce that are baby boomer generation, and as a result have been increasing in retirement. And so there's a influx of retiring nurses, and at the same time we're trying to keep pace in bringing nurses into practice, and that requires that we get nurses not just educated and trained, but that we have the experience that the aging workforce is taking with them.
If you are one of the 40,000 unemployed nurses in Ghana, this opportunity is perfect for you. Daycare Transport will teach you the skill and certify you to become an on-demand and transport specialist. We are inviting you to register for our intra-company transfer program to meet the impending need of healthcare in the coming years. Upon completion of your training, you will be hired to work for daycare in your local country. You must complete a 1-year minimum of employment in your local country. Our company will then petition for your transfer to either US or Canada through our sponsored L1 visa program. Your flights and other expenses will be paid for by the company, depending on the visa you are granted, be it 5 years or 7 years. Available positions in the US and Canada are Certified Medical Transport Specialist, Territory Manager, a Territory Partner, and a Medical Assistant.
You might be wondering, how often do people really miss appointments because they don't have access to transportation? Well, actually up to 30% of all no-show patients said that not having a ride was the reason for skipping their appointment. This isn't beneficial for anyone. Clients lose out on valuable and necessary care, they waste appointment time slots which someone else could use, and it's a huge financial loss for healthcare practices. This type of no-show costs the healthcare industry up to $150 billion in lost revenues every single year. Each unused appointment costs an organization around $200 on average. So how do medical transportation services help? When healthcare organizations partner with rideshare companies or other appointment ride services, they can offer transportation to their patients. If a client doesn't have a ride, they can simply let their provider know. These providers can then book a ride for their patient. They could book these months in advance when the patient schedules a visit if they already know they'll have difficulty getting to their office. Or they could book just a few days in advance when the practice calls to confirm the visit. This is helpful when unexpected things come up, such as if the patient is having car trouble. Having the provider do the bookings is beneficial to those who don't have a smart device to access ride-sharing apps. They can't get their own ride if they can't order it in the first place. This is why it's important that doctors and patients communicate with each other about any barriers for getting to a visit. It also helps doctors keep track of who frequently needs these services to keep them in the loop about any other options, so doctors can have a better understanding of why some patients cancel or don't show up to their appointments. Another reason this is a positive option is so doctors can track the state of the ride. If there are any issues with the vehicle getting to the facility on time, such as heavy traffic or a late pickup, the doctor will know that patient will be late ahead of time. It could help them reprioritize their tasks in real time so that they can stay on schedule, or they can prepare for any delays due to a late arrival. Some medical transportation services do offer the option for patients to schedule their own rides. Sometimes these companies even offer ride options for other healthy services. After all, if a patient can't get to their doctor, then they might not be able to get anywhere.
Now that you understand, what's next? If based on the information you have witnessed, you think you are fit and you want to proceed, you will need to send your payments to 0247692285 to start your training. While in training, you have 4 weeks to come up with your fleet entrance fee. Then you can start providing transportation and in-home care service to our customers. We are excited you decided to work with us. How can you get to the US or Canada? Daycare utilizes the L1 visa to transfer its employees to its parent or sister companies in the US or Canada, depending on the demand. To get more information about the L1 visa, kindly click on the link below.
The L1B visa are for specialized employees of the L1 visa company. Now, as we talked about in the L1A, those for executives and managers, the L1B and specialized employees don't have to be managers. They just have to know something that is critical to the success of a company. They come in for a shorter period of time. The L1As are in for up to 7 years, the L1Bs 5 years. But the L1B, what it takes is really a knowledge about the proprietary information of a particular company and what it does. right? So the strategy on this is really understanding what makes the company tick and how is this person really important to that. Maybe they know the secret sauce. Maybe they've been around long enough to use the techniques and methodologies. Maybe the company has a really impressive culture that it wants to bring over to the United States, and it needs these people to do it.
So far, you've been introduced to daycare, health, and transport. Learn more about the L1 visa and how the intracompany transfer works. Now let's move on to the frequently asked questions. How much is the tuition fee? The fee is 6,700 cedis. Will the company pay for my training? No, but we will finance you with 45% down payment. Can I make payments? Yes, you can. Just pay an additional of 430 cedis to the number 0247 692285 and you can start training. How much money will I make monthly? You can make more money depending on the number of service trips or calls you take. The more trips you take, the more money you make. How long before I can leave for the US or Canada? You would have to work with the local company for 1 year to be eligible for the intra-company transfer. Can my spouse and children travel with me? Yes, your spouse and any child under the age of 21 can travel with you. The visa process takes 3 to 4 months, with express process for 1 to 3 weeks. How many positions are available? We have 3 manager positions, 445 transport specialist positions, and 3 territory partner positions. What will I be doing locally for the company? You will be transporting patients, labs, pharmacy delivery, and home care service. Is my visa guaranteed? No, but you have greater chances with our intra-company transfer. What happens if my visa is denied? Our immigration attorney will file an appeal until we get you an approval. Do I get a refund if I don't get my visa? No. You are paying for the training and certification to work in the US or Canada. Who issues my certificates? Once you've successfully completed your training and passed your tests, you would be issued a certificate from NENTAC as a certified transport specialist and career step as a medical assistant. Why is there a need for so many nurses? In US, over 10,000 baby boomers turn 65 and above and retire, and there are not enough health workers to fill up these positions. Where is your business located? We are located on the 2nd floor of Peculiar Heights, 7th New Road, Medina. Can I pay with cash? You can pay via Momo or bank deposits. How do I make the Momo payments? You can make the Momo payments through our company Momo number 0247 692285. If you have any further questions, please email us at info@daycaretransport.com and our care team will respond to you as soon as possible. Now that you've learned all about daycare, health, and transport, the intra-company transfer, you can make a payment of 430 cedis to start your training. This brings us to the end of our orientation. Daycare, because we care.